Is it really over for Erika Kirk? Is this the end of the road for Erika Kirk? This is Black Jewels TV. Welcome back to another episode. Black Jewels TV. Let's get into it.
I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy.
The Turning Point USA movement is just trying to bring us back to a generation that we fought so hard to overcome.
Erika Kirk is panicking right now, and it's starting to show because fans are officially turning on her. TPUSA events are getting boycotted. Protests have already broken out at her recent appearances, and the timing couldn't be worse. This all comes right as people are digging deeper into her finances, her behavior, and what she's really been doing behind the scenes since Charlie's death. And if she thought that leaked audio was going to blow over, it didn't. That recording of her smiling, laughing, and casually talking about merch sales and voter numbers at Charlie's memorial only made things worse. People started saying out loud what...
In my opinion, this was what they fear of Candace Owens. When you talk long enough, when you show evidence long enough, people start to listen. People start to look into the cracks. People start to ask questions. People start to do their own investigation, to have follow-up questions, to look at what the eyes are saying when the mouth is speaking. Is this their worst fear coming to light? Let's keep watching.
They'd been thinking for a while that Erika isn't about values or faith or legacy. She's about money, and everything else is an act. Now, with fans walking away and pressure building, there are rumors swirling that the IRS could be taking a closer look at her finances.
Her message is a singular message. It is the Christian right. It is supporting MAGA. It is the ridiculous pageantry.
I'm probably gonna contradict myself right here, but two things can be right at the same time. I believe, this is in my opinion, that the turning point for Turning Point it's not even funny. The turning point for Turning Point, the turning point for Erika is when they did the mass firing the other day. When they decided to let go over, I think they say like 40 people with no reason after they were working 70, 80 hours a week. After they help to bring in over $250 million with a B. They let them go. No severance package, no explanation. Just your service no longer required. Pack your things and leave. I believe that was the turning point for Turning Point USA. Let's keep listening.
Of Charlie Kirk's death.
So let's talk about what just happened at her most recent event, because this is where things really started boiling over. Turning Point USA kicked off the Make Heaven Crowded 2026 tour at Harvest Christian Church in Riverside. On paper, it was supposed to be about honoring Charlie Kirk's legacy and calling for some big Christian revival moment.
I'm probably gonna be stopping this video too much, but man, there's so much to say. There's so much to say about what is going on with Turning Point after Charlie Kirk. And there's so much to say about this mass Christian movement. What's the difference between these Christians and the people of the world, the worldlians, the sinners? What's the difference? The Bible said, not all who say, Lord, Lord, shall enter. So not because you're saying Lord or saying Jesus or saying God, that don't mean you're worthy. What make these Christians stand out? They act like the world, they dress like the world, they look like the world, they adorn themselves like the world, they talk like the world, they live like the world. The only difference, and it's not even a difference because back in my days, when I believe I could have made a difference by fighting against the criminals back home, one of the main things, two things, I said two things, like a patwa just come out, yeah. Two things that you can definitely find a gunman, a criminal with: his gun and his Bible. Yeah, you always could find one of those little blue pocket New Testament Bible in the pocket of a criminal. I don't know if they're still walking around with it, but back in my days, back in the 90s, yes, I'm old. Back in the 90s, you can guarantee that you would find a criminal, a murderer with a Bible. So what's the difference? What make these Christians stand out from the world, apart, to be separate and apart from the world? Because just saying Lord, Lord, not going to make you enter. Just saying Christ is King, just saying Jesus Christ is my personal Savior, and then you go out there and do just like what the sinners are doing, that don't. If that's what make you a Christian, then shoot, everybody should just say what they want to say what they want to say about Christ, and do what they want to do, and everybody's a Christian. Everybody gonna be safe. Make heaven crowded again. That's so crazy. Oh, Jesus. Let's continue.
But outside, it was chaos. Around 100 protesters showed up, and they weren't quiet about it. They were holding signs calling out ICE for abducting people and separating families, speaking out about what's happening in Gaza, and even pointing to lawsuits tied to Harvest Christian Fellowship and its lead pastor, Greg Laurie, over alleged sexual abuse.
The Erika Kirk rabbit hole never ends. She has now began her speaking tour called Make Heaven Crowded with Pastor Greg Laurie, who is head of the Harvest Christian Fellowship Church. And Greg Laurie got hit with serious allegations and lawsuits, allegedly, including claims from survivors. And guess where? Romania.
So while Erika was inside talking about faith and revival, there was a whole different conversation happening, right?
Is Candace Owens vindicated yet? Is Candace Owens vindicated yet? Or she's still the villain? She's still the bitter friend, bitter ex-friend, bitter woman who Charlie didn't choose, hating at Erika. Is she still that person? or she's vindicated, because the darkness is turning into light. What's in the darkness is coming out into the light. More people is listening. More people is shining the light on what's going on. More questions being asked, and more information is coming out of Turning Point USA. And no matter how much they fire, there's still someone in there is giving information, because this is what they don't understand. And this is why I used to follow Turning Point. This is what they don't understand. Turning Point is Charlie, and Charlie is Turning Point. There's no more, there's nothing. I don't know what they thought they would accomplish by getting rid of Charlie and believing that Turning Point would still be Turning Point. It's just a matter of time. And right now, this is the turning point of Turning Point. People start listening, people start looking, people start asking questions, and people start asking questions why they are not getting answers.
Outside the doors. And instead of trying to calm things down or address the concerns, Erika went the opposite direction. She weighed in on the anti-ICE protests and straight up called them demonic. That's the word she used, which of course only poured gasoline on the fire. Because now people weren't just mad, they felt dismissed, insulted, and painted as evil for even speaking up.
It was interesting because he asked her the question, do you think these protests are helping? Personally, I do not. I think it's demonic.
At that point, a lot of people felt like she didn't care how bad it looked, like pulling.
Oh, you know, yeah. If you want to see the demons, listen to who quick to call out people as being demons. Because don't get me wrong, I don't agree one bit with these ICE protesters. I don't agree. Law need to be enforced when it's not being adhered. Simple and straightforward. If you're not following the law, the next step is enforcement. And even though I can sympathize with people who break the law to come in the country for a better life and try to get a better life, if it's your time and it's your moment and you get catch, that's just a part of the risk that you take. That's it. You gamble, you lose. But I don't see the protesters as demonic. I see them as clueless, stupid. I see them as just sheep following their masters. But demonic? What is demonic about that? Demonic is firing 40 people. If I'm getting the numbers correctly, don't quote me on it. Demonic would be firing people who work 70, 80 hours a week to rake in over $250 million. That's demonic. If we want to call something demonic, is firing a woman and then firing her fiance just because he's her fiance. That's the grounds to fire a man. Because we have to let your fiance go. Because we let your fiance go, we have to let you go. Demonic is not wanting anybody at all to investigate or look into what really happened to Charlie Kirk. If you want to call something demonic is wanting to send some guy, give some guy the death penalty without properly digging and getting to the bottom of what really happened. Demonic is be all over the country with a 1-year-old and a 3 or 4-year-old that just lost their father. If we want to talk about demonic. But enough of me rambling. Not gonna stick around this one for too long. Black Jules TV saying, walk good, do good, and let good follow you. Like, subscribe, and share. Black Jules TV, we're out. Miss Erika, are you okay? We're out. Black Jules TV.